If you don't have these mods, you can't really say you're playing realistically. From making silos behave more like in real life to a mod that saves you when you don't have a front loader, all the way to features you didn't even know you needed. And that's just the beginning, because today I'll show you 10 mods that will bring you much closer to a realistic farming experience. You don't always have to sow, harvest and haul manure to make money. Sometimes mowing the roadsides is enough. Thanks to this mod, you can dive into an entirely new business: municipal grass mowing services. The local municipality gives you the job, you get it done, and earn serious cash over 37,000 per hectare. Suddenly, your farm isn't just a farm anymore, it's a legit service company. You can choose contracts where you use rented equipment or buy your own to squeeze out even more profit. And the work itself, immersive and satisfying. Morning sun, fog over the ditch, and you mowing the strip of grass between the road and the field, it feels like you're on a real contract. This mod is perfect if you want to break the routine and add some variety to your gameplay. And anyone who's run a small farm knows every extra income source is worth its weight in gold. Small things make a big difference, and this mod is the perfect example. You know that feeling when you're trying to unload something in a barn and your trailer slams into the ceiling because the hydraulics go full tilt? Exactly. With manual tipping, you finally have control. Now you decide how high the trailer lifts. You can stop it exactly where you want, no dramatic bang against the roof and no risk of dumping your load all over the place. The controls are super simple. A, L, T to choose the direction, O to lift. That's it. No complicated menus, no messing around. It just works. Some mods don't technically change the gameplay, and yet they change everything. And that's exactly how this one works. It's not a GPS guiding you turn by turn. It's something much simpler and honestly brilliant. This mod adds a mini-map directly into your vehicle's cabin without needing to turn on the full HUD. So you're sitting in the tractor, HUD off, full immersion, but you still see where you are, where your field is, where the road to the shop goes. You can even set whether the map rotates with you or stays fixed pointing north. And with zoom options, you're in control of even the tiniest details. And the best part, it works instantly with base game vehicles, gut-modded machines, just a quick integration and you're good to go. Once you feel the freedom of not having to pull up the giant interface just to see where you're headed, there's no going back. Not every mod has to be flashy. Not every mod needs hundreds of horsepower or a 15-meter working width. Sometimes it just needs to make sense. That's exactly what this pack of manually liftable products does. Sounds boring? Maybe. But when you're running a small farm starting from scratch and you don't have 100,000 telehandler yet, suddenly that feed bag you can toss into the back of a pickup with your own hands becomes priceless. It's the just buy what you need mod. No pallets, no overthinking. Grab 50 liters of chicken feed, 100 liters of fertilizer in a canister, a fuel barrel for the field, and go. Literally. And it's not just for small farms. Even if you got a massive fleet, that spare diesel canister can save you when you forget to fuel up 3 kilometers from home. It seems like a tiny thing, but it just makes the game feel more natural. Like real life. One day you buy some feed, another day you grab a DEF canister, another you wrap a bale in netting for 35 bucks. Simple, practical, no forklift required. And the best part, everything looks realistic. Has weight, price, volume, and you can even load it into a tuk-tuk. Now that's a mod worth having. Not every farmer has a 500,000 bunker silo, especially if you're playing on a small farm where every penny counts and every field is precious. And that's exactly where this mod comes in. Instead of hauling chaff halfway across the map to some massive concrete pit, now you can make silage right where you collected it. These are open-air silos you can place anywhere on a harvested cornfield, next to a meadow, or even tucked in a corner between trees. They don't require terrain leveling, so a slight slope is no problem. But if you want a perfectly flat base, you'll have to prep it yourself. And that's the beauty of it, full control. You've got tons of sizes to choose from, small ones like 8x16 all the way up to massive 12x60 beast. And the cost? A symbolic 100. It's a mod that thinks like a real farmer. Not everyone has a forage harvester, not everyone owns a biogas plant, but everyone can make silage right there in the field and ferment it on site. And for that, this mod definitely earns a spot in your save game. There's been one big fantasy in the game for years and we've all just accepted it. You mow grass, hit it once with a tedder and boom, hay. Done. No sun, no time, no logic. But this mod says enough of that magic. Now to turn grass into hay, all you need to do is wait. Exactly 24 in-game hours. That's it. No tether, no extra passes. As long as it doesn't rain, the grass will dry on its own. But if it does rain, insane? Then yes, the tether comes back into play. It's not just more realistic, it's more atmospheric. Suddenly, you're planning your mowing not just around machines, but around the weather forecast. You mow, leave it, and pray it doesn't pour, just like on a real meadow. And suddenly, haymaking becomes more than just another routine job. It becomes a process with risk, planning, and satisfaction. All thanks to one simple mod that brings a bit of common sense where magic tethering used to rule. In the game, we're used to dumping everything into a single silo: wheat, corn, lime, pig feed, even manure, and somehow it all magically fits. But then comes a moment when you think, hey, maybe it's time for a bit of realism? And that's where this mod shows up in full glory, saying, stop, you're not throwing everything into one hole anymore. From now on, silos have limits not just capacity, but also by material type. Got one silo? Then it can only hold a few kinds of materials. Want more? You'll need to expand your farm with extra storage. Simple, logical, and surprisingly satisfying. Suddenly, planning makes sense. You start thinking about what you actually want to keep on hand, and what can go straight to the market. The game starts to feel like a real farm, not some bottomless magic warehouse. And even though it's a small change, it forces you to think, to organize, to deal with all the chaos you used to just dump wherever. And when the game starts limiting you, ironically, it becomes more interesting. And if you're truly hardcore, you can set it so that one silo equals one material only. Then only the real pros will survive. Some mods add new machines, some change gameplay, and some add responsibilities, but in such a good way you actually want to thank them for it. This mod is a treat for all realism fans because now your modern tractors don't just burn diesel, they also need AdBlue, just like in real life. From now on, you have to monitor not just fuel levels, but DF too. If it drops below 5%, a warning light comes on. Ignore it, well, good luck staying eco-friendly. You also get realistic refill options, a 25-liter canister and a 2,000-liter container depending on whether you're topping off a pickup or a fleet of heavy equipment. Don't feel like running around with jugs? Place your own def station on the farm and refill right there. It costs next to nothing and saves you time and nerves. It's one of those mods that doesn't try to impress you with flashy features, but after a few hours you can't imagine playing without it. And that's the whole point. Farming Simulator shouldn't just be about farming. It should be about living the life of a real farmer. Sometimes everything in this game just works too perfectly. Take the store, for example, always open, always ready, 24/7 like some kind of farming supermarket. But seriously, how many equipment dealers do you know that work around the clock? Exactly. This mod adds realistic store hours, open from 7 AM to 12 PM, then a lunch break and back from 1 PM to 7 PM, and that's it. Too late, tough luck, no trailer or tractor for you today, come back in the morning. It might seem like a small change, but suddenly you're planning ahead. You glance at the in-game clock and think, can I still make it to the shop before they close? Or you're standing at the gate at 7:02 with your order, actually feeling like you're waiting for someone to open up. These little touches bring the game to life. If we already have seasons, machinery where fuel levels, then why should the store run like a vending machine? This mod doesn't make the game harder. It makes it more grounded, and it does it with style. You know what happens when your animals reproduce and the pen is full? They vanish. Poof! As if they never existed. No profit, no trace, just disappointment and a missed opportunity. But this mod says, stop the waste. From now on, if your barn, pigsty or enclosure is full and animals still reproduce, the surplus won't disappear, it will be sold automatically. No input from you, no clicking, just instant money added to your account. Got 18 cows in a 20 capacity barn and 4 are ready to give birth. 2 calves stay and 2 are sold instantly. Simple, logical, and finally fair. This isn't some flashy mod, but it's exactly mods like this that take the frustration out of the game and make it all click. Because if something is born, why shouldn't you profit from it? After all, what's more farmer-like than earning money from what nature gives you for free?